now that you are done with the warm-up, we're going to go ahead and get started looking through the notes. So down here, we get to the notes. This week, we're looking at 5 new theorems. This chart right here, you can read through all 5 theorems. Theorem 1 is about the lengths of 2 intersecting chords. Basically, here's a chord and here's a chord, and this is the theorem. A, that's this segment right here. Let me get my little pen. A times B, and that's like the length of A times the length of B equals the length of C times the length of D. That's what this is saying. This times this equals this times this, okay? So all of these theorems sort of have something like that going on. This one's about intersecting chords. Theorem 2 is about 2 intersecting secants. Remember, secants are chords that then keep going. They extend beyond the circle. So here it is extending beyond the circle. And this secant intersects this secant. This theorem says the value of A, which is the whole length of this secant, times the value of B, which is just the external piece of that secant, equals C, this whole secant, times D, its external bit. You don't need to memorize all these theorems. I just want to walk you through how to read this diagram and look at what the actual theorem is. So we'll do one more together. Theorem 3 is about the lengths of an intersecting secant. Secant goes through the circle and extends out, and tangent, something external to the circle. So this right here is our tangent, this is our secant, and they intersect right here. This theorem says B, the full length of our secant, times C, the external length of our secant, equals A squared. Okay, so we're going to be using these to do some calculations, but first we're actually going to look through some proofs that show you why these theorems are true. And to do that, we're going to scroll down. Theorem 4 and Theorem 5 are here for you. This is about intersecting tangents. Both of those are outside, and basically the idea is that they're equal to each other. And 5 is about perpendicular diameters and chords. So here's a diameter and here's a chord, and they're meeting at a right angle. These are going to be sources of bonus for you. We're going to really focus on the first 3 in terms of looking at some proofs and answering some questions.